Are you concerned about the safety of your weight loss medications? In recent months, healthcare providers have found themselves navigating a growing debate over the use of compounded versions of popular weight loss medications like Wegovy and Zepbound. While some doctors are increasingly comfortable prescribing these alternatives, others remain cautious, concerned about the safety and quality of the compounded drugs. This shift comes as the original brand name versions of these medications face rising demand, sky-high prices, and ongoing shortages. Here's what you need to know about this evolving issue. Wegovy, or semaglutide, and Zepbound, or tirzepatide, have become household names in the fight against obesity, thanks to their ability to help patients shed significant amounts of weight. However, getting your hands on these medications can be a challenge. With costs soaring above $1,000 per month and frequent shortages, many patients struggle to access these medications even with a prescription in hand. In response to these issues, some healthcare providers have turned to compounded versions of these drugs. Unlike the brand name products, compounded medications are specially made by pharmacies to meet individual needs. They can be more affordable and more accessible, making them an appealing option for patients who cannot get the original medications. Dr. Shauna Levy, a specialist in obesity medicine and the medical director of the Tulane Bariatric Center, notes that an increasing number of physicians are not just comfortable with prescribing these compounded versions, but are actively advocating for them. At Duke Health's Hillsborough Primary Care Center in North Carolina, for example, physicians have been prescribing compounded versions of the drugs as brand name versions have been in short supply. Compounding is a practice where pharmacies create custom medications for individual patients. This might involve altering a drug's form, such as turning a pill into a liquid, for those who have difficulty swallowing, or eliminating ingredients that a patient might be allergic to. In the case of weight loss drugs, compounding pharmacies can replicate the active ingredients of medications like Wegovy and Zepbound, providing a potential alternative when the brand name drugs are unavailable. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, allows compounded versions of drugs to be made during shortages, as long as they are essentially a copy of commercially available drugs. However, these compounded medications are not subject to the same oversight as FDA-approved drugs. While pharmacies are expected to ensure the quality of their compounded products, it is ultimately up to the healthcare provider and pharmacist to ensure that patients receive safe and effective medications. Despite the growing acceptance of compounded medications, experts remain divided on their safety. Dr. Scott Isaacs, President-elect of the American Association of Clinical Endocrinology, acknowledges that compounded weight loss drugs may be reasonable if prepared correctly, but warns that there are many things that could go wrong. For example, because compounded medications are not tested by the FDA, there is no guarantee that the ingredients or dosages are consistent with the brand name versions. This lack of regulatory oversight has led some pharmaceutical giants to take a firm stance against compounded versions of their drugs. Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, the makers of Wegovy and Zepbound, have filed lawsuits against pharmacies and weight loss clinics that sell compounded semaglutide and tirzepatide. Both companies argue that these medications lack the necessary quality control and oversight, posing risks to patients. Dr. Christopher McGowan, a gastroenterologist in North Carolina, shares these concerns. He emphasizes that patients cannot be sure they are receiving the exact same medication as the brand name drugs, since compounded versions are not regulated or tested by the FDA. For patients, there is no guarantee of what they are receiving, McGowan says, which raises questions about the consistency and effectiveness of the compounded drugs. Despite the risks, many healthcare providers have found that their patients are experiencing positive results with compounded weight loss drugs. Leanne Owens, a physician assistant at Duke Health, initially had reservations about prescribing compounded medications, but was reassured after consulting with a trusted compounding pharmacist. Since then, Owens has prescribed compounded versions of these weight loss drugs to numerous patients, many of whom have seen significant weight loss with no increase in side effects. One such success story is that of Elizabeth Kenley, a 58-year-old from North Carolina, who was prescribed a compounded version of tirzepatide when she could not find Wegovy due to shortages. Since starting the compounded medication in March, she has lost 25 pounds and is aiming to lose another 25. I felt really comfortable after talking to my doctor, Kenley says, emphasizing the importance of physician guidance in making the switch to compounded versions. As more physicians and patients turn to compounded medications, it's clear that these alternatives offer a potential solution to the ongoing shortages and high costs of brand name weight loss drugs. However, the safety and efficacy of compounded semaglutide and tirzepatide remain a significant concern for many healthcare professionals. For patients considering compounded weight loss medications, it's crucial to work closely with a trusted healthcare provider. Make sure the medications are being sourced from licensed compounding pharmacies, and be aware of the risks associated with self-measuring and administering doses. Always consult your doctor before starting any new medication, and consider exploring other weight loss options if compounded medications are not the right choice for you. As the debate continues to unfold, patients and providers alike must stay informed and cautious when navigating the world of compounded weight loss drugs. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.